Hey everybody, AGodlessProgressive here. This is going to be a video about the name change thing again. Um, I was sent a video by I was sent a video, and this video I'm going to link is I don't quite know how to say the YouTuber's name. But she made, I thought, a very thoughtful video about the name change thing, and I think her intentions are good, and I think it's a very noble cause, and I really, can't say anything bad about her necessarily. But it made me want to sort of make another argument against this, to sort of present my arguments maybe one last time in hopes of sort of challenging their ideals on this name change thing. So the first thing I would say is that while what they're doing is I find to be sort of a noble cause, they are sort of keeping it sort of general to YouTube or online, where these people who have acknowledged that nigger means human and 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 don't use it in a racist sort of way. They're only going to use it with them in a. They're only going to use it with them. In they're only going to use it in the context of using it with these people. So I'm guessing this is going to be sort of restricted to online, and they're not going to be going out into the public and calling themselves niggers and and things of that nature. So I guess it makes me say, well, what is the point of doing this then? If the idea is to keep it, if what you're going to do is to just keep it to your online friends, and it's just going to be this little, secret that you have online or whatever, I don't really see the point in sort of being part of this name change sort of campaign, this name change campaign. I don't see what is the relevance of it. I mean, if you're not actually trying to change, the current situation and what it means, I don't see what the point of even changing the name. And all these people who say they change the name say, I've never used the word, but I'm going to use it now. It's like, I was like, well, what's the point? I mean, it just kind of, it just doesn't make sense. Like, you've never used the word before, but you're going to use it, but it only means human, and you're never going to use it outside of YouTube. I don't know. It just doesn't make sense. I'm perplexed by that thinking. I'm sort of perplexed by it. The second point I would make is that you're focusing on the wrong thing. Focusing on the word nigger is like, I would compare it to having like a 3-layer cake and just eating the icing and not eating the rest of the cake. It sort of, in my view, sort of broadly steps around the issue of race, because you're just kind of saying, oh, well, if you change nigger to human, all the racial stuff will go away. And it's like, no, it doesn't work like that. Words convey a meaning that we used. Words don't mean it. Words have a meaning we have sort of connected to them. We have connected this meaning to sort of convey something, convey a thought that we have, you know. So in order to sort of change the thought process, you'd have to get rid of racism and oppression, because that's where the word stems from. The idea of nigger used in that context, and when it was historically used in America, is that it's a racist thought. It's a thought of a minority group of people being sort of subhuman, being not having a humanity, not having. You don't need to give them rights or liberties or economic, political, and social freedoms that you give everyone else in the society, because you view them as not being human, not having a humanity. That's the kind of idea it conveys. So the word nigger did not create racism and oppression. Racism and oppression created the word nigger. Those ideas of racism and oppression created the word nigger. So in order to sort of make the word lose its relevancy, you first have to teach everyone to be anti-racist. And second, you have to sort of address the social, political, and economic inequalities that many African Americans face in America. If you do those two things, then yes, nigger will go away. But it will not go away until you do those two things. So, okay, nigger means, and the fact that they can't not recognize this fact is a bit perplexing. I mean, let's just say that it does mean human now. Okay, it means human. What does that do? You know, would be my question. What does that do? That does nothing. They'll just get another word. You know? So that's these sort of that's the problem with it. You know, when you focus on these very superficial, naive things like nigger, and you don't focus on the inequalities and the racism and the oppression and things like that nature, the mindset, the thinking behind someone thinking they're superior to someone just because they have a lighter complexion than someone, or something to that effect. When you don't focus on that and you focus on words that we all admit in different contexts have different meanings, because we're just trying to convey a thought we have with a word. So a word is not universal. I mean, a word can change in meaning. So, you know, so to say that all you need to do is change the word is just like, I just don't understand that at all. Like, you know, I'm it just doesn't make any sense to me. I would also say that another reason why I kind of have a problem with this is it's sort of, when stretched out to its logical sort of ends, what this movement is sort of saying is that certain people, and let's be honest, mostly white people, I haven't really seen any black person support this, so certain people, so I'm going to say white people because I haven't seen any black people support this. I haven't seen any black person say they're niggers, so I'm going to, until that is different, I'm going to say white people. So essentially the majority is oppressing the minority by proclaiming a word that oppresses the minority, doesn't oppress them. And they should just, you know, get over it. Because it's not oppressive anymore. It means human now. And that is oppressive to the minority. And that's the part I don't think a lot of them are understanding. Proclaiming it to not be oppressive and proclaiming it to not be oppressive and saying it means human and ignoring the minority's thoughts or feelings on this issue, which all of them are, is an oppressive mindset. And I think a lot of them don't understand that they're doing that, but they are doing that, and that's why I think that's the part I think they're missing. That what they're doing is oppressive as well. The last point I want to make is going to be about the person who started this thing, and that's Variablast. I have an issue with him in particular because he's not sincere. How do we know he's not sincere? Because he said he's not sincere. He essentially has told me that he's only doing this because he changed his name to nigger and he doesn't want to look like some sort of racist or get funny looks or not be able to get a job because his name's nigger. So if nigger is a more socially acceptable word, like, I don't know, say human, he won't get weird stares, he won't get funny looks, and people won't think he's a racist. No one will try to knock him out or whatever. So that's the whole basis for him doing that. And the fact that he is spearheading this because of some selfish, narcissistic need of his, I mean, I just find it indefensible. And in my view, since he's the one who started this, that makes the whole movement flawed, because you're not doing it to sort of, improve race relations or to get to the heart of inequalities that many African Americans face. You're doing it just so you can not feel you're doing it essentially so Variablast doesn't feel weird about his name being nigger. Well, that's not justifiable on any level. I find I just don't know how he or anyone really can justify the fact that you are putting your needs or your wants, your desires over another person, but not recognize the fact that doing that, having that line of thinking, is oppressive to others. That's the part that I just can't quite understand why he doesn't get it. Why he doesn't get that part. So, that's all I have to say. I will talk to everyone later. God's Progressive. Peace.